read out some of the Celtic reaction for you, Keith, and get your thoughts. Mark said it was same old Rangers after their game, but it was same old turgid, one pace, zero creativity for us, but we scraped a win. Please God, we can't play this system again this season. Marzino says Duran is never a right winger, and Yang, I just can't watch him this season. Gianni says Celtic should have appointed Jens in the summer or someone else. They're on standby for another season, a club without a plan by the looks of it. And a couple of comments on Casper Høgh. Green Machine says Celtic's ball retention was really good, and another day Høgh might have scored a few, but it wasn't to be. Still a lot of uncertainty about who's going and coming in. First game's a slow burner. And Mac says, I get the goals. He's talking about Høgh. I get the goals, but never a fan of lazy players, and the boy is lazy. What did you make of his debut, Keith?
Well, look, I wasn't impressed. But I'm prepared to say, look, it's you know, a new arrival. He's only in the door. He barely knows his teammates yet. I think, you know, Celtic fans will need to be patient with him. The clips that I watched of Casper Høgh at Bodo Glimt, he doesn't look lazy to me. He looks aggressive. He looks physical. He looks like he wants to attack balls coming into the penalty box. I think one of the upsides, one of the only upsides from the performance tonight was he was getting himself into dangerous areas. He should have scored 2 or 3. His finishing wasn't what it should have been tonight, but I think he'll get better. You would like to think. I mean, his track record's there. He's a goal scorer, and he was really clinical at Bodo Glimt. I did say, Dan, the one sort of nagging doubt you would have is that a lot of Bodo Glimt's best players have, you know, made the next step, got big moves to other places in Europe, and they've struggled a little bit. As a sort of squad, they haven't travelled particularly well. When they have, you know, attracted interest, some of these players, they've then struggled to make the next step. Now, I think a lot of that pretty tight knit community. Casper, who is Danish, so he's not from there, so he has travelled there and he's done well at Bodo. I think Celtic fans, I don't think you can have a knee-jerk snap judgment on him on the back of his debut. Although I accept that he didn't light any fires at Celtic Park tonight.
He looks like a poacher to me, Keith. And if you know, a poacher like that, you need to get him the service, and yeah, that's obviously going to be something Celtic will need. I mean, I know Yang played tonight. Duran, I don't know what you thought. He didn't look comfortable on the right for me.
No. I haven't seen him play through the middle yet, Dan. But from everything that I'm hearing, he probably feels a lot more comfortable in a more central position. He wasn't offering much out on the right-hand side. Neat and tidy, but, you know, when you're looking at what Celtic are trying to do, we're talking about upgrades, definitive upgrades. Well, Dyson Maeda was a wide player or plays through the middle. There wasn't any great sign from Duran tonight that he's on that same level as Dyson Maeda. Again, it's early days. This is, you know, first game of the season. Guys are still getting to know their surroundings. I don't think, as I said, I don't think it benefits anybody to make snap reactions or snap judgments. But yeah, I think Celtic fans went to that game tonight really excited to see what their new £17 million strike force looked like, and probably left with a, you know, shrugging their shoulders a little bit. I think the hope for Celtic's point of view is that these guys will only get better in the coming weeks and in time. But as I said to you, Celtic in general, and those two in particular, they're going to have to sharpen up ahead of the Champions League qualifier against Las Glins, because, you know, look, this is a tie that Celtic should be capable of winning. But we saw Sturm Graz turn Hearts over. Yep. And won the title in Austria last season, so it'll be a decent standard. It should be a tie that Celtic get through if Celtic are run properly, if the team's up and running properly, if the signings are hitting the ground running. It should be a winnable tie for Celtic. But that performance tonight leaves you with some concerns, because it just wasn't the Celtic we were expecting to see.